As you can see, it has been very wet. Oh, poor Nick. Can you see the flies? We are getting to the point now where I'm starting to think about selling the lambs. Samples are being deposited. Yeah, there's some really nasty stuff coming out of here now. Oh, it's horrendous. Just look at that. Doesn't it just make you feel better as well? Good morning. So I'm currently psyching myself up on the 1st of August to take some poo samples. The sheep and lambs are getting ready for a move again, and I've just been checking the, what's the word? The medicine booklet, and the lambs are getting on for nearly 8 weeks since they were wormed. They had a sample done 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the advice came back not to worm them, but I feel like a few weeks have passed. So we're going to take 2 lots of samples, one of the lambs to check their egg count, and then one of the ewes to see whether the worming that we did, you know, was effective, because there's always a chance that the worming that we used might not have worked. They can become, the worms can become resistant to the wormer. It's like a big problem, so I understand, that the worms can become resistant. So that would mean that we need to try a different wormer, change wormer. So that's what we're going to do today. But yeah, it's the 1st of August today, so the sun is just about trying to make an appearance, but it has been raining this morning, and we are getting to the point now where I'm starting to think about selling the lambs and what we need to do to keep them looking good for the final stages before we can sell them in September. So they'll probably have another mineral drench, and we'll probably combine that with the worming. So yeah, that's what's on my mind this morning. You see, Nick thinks about fence posts, I think about lambs. Some rare sunshine. You've still got the creep feeder, and it's for the smaller lambs, but the bigger lambs get wedged in. Here's a view of the campsite. Sheep are here, and we've got the highlands over here. Calves are chilling out.
Nice.
The lambs are not particularly dirty on the tails at all. Just basically watching them poo, because it needs to be fresh, or it's best to be fresh, so just watching and waiting. That's why Nick's helping, because two eyes on the job are better than one, and we're going to look for a sample from a twin. Majority of the sheep have had twins, and twins and triplets are likely to be more compromised in terms of how the worms would affect them, so not really looking to take a sample off a single, just mainly looking at the twins. I think. Samples are being deposited. Thank you. It's Tuesday afternoon, so I last spoke to you this morning. We were taking the samples. Since then, the samples have been tested and looked at down at the vets and analysed. That's the word I was looking for. And I got my results back. It's done over the phone here. And the ewes that were wormed in July, they came back with 0 eggs in the sample. So that's great, no need to worm, and it means the wormer that we used was effective, because they were on about 1,000 eggs per gram before. And the lambs were on 500. So the advice was that's in a sort of intermediate reading and not to worm just yet, as long as I'm satisfied that the lambs look okay visually, not dirty in the tails, that they're growing well, that they look like they're thriving, which I think that they do. So the advice was just worm any odd ones if you felt like they looked like they needed it. So we're kind of getting ready to move the sheep and lambs now, and when we do that, we'll grab any that are lame. I think there's 1 or 2 ewes. Look at that and just do a check for worming as well. But anyway, we've had so many really horrible days and nights. It's actually quite nice this evening. The time is 8:45, and just look at that. Doesn't it just make you feel better as well? Just a beautiful evening like this. So I've come for a little walk up to look at this livestock before I get myself bunkered down, ready for a day of maybe more rain tomorrow. Hi, 2nd of August this morning, and as they predicted, very wet. It's actually eased off quite a bit. I think we've had about 15 mil of rain since midnight. So it's a damp one, but we're kind of getting used to it now. So it's not too cold, and hopefully better days are coming. I'm just up at the cows on the moor checking their water. I sort of check it most days and try and look out for them at the same time. Absolutely wet through now. Still got a bit of water left. We've got a river running down the road. But you know, the birds are singing. It's not cold, it's not windy. So it's quite a nice morning really, by Derbyshire standards. Good morning from Dale Farm on the 3rd of August, and we're just looking down, and as you can see, it's a much brighter morning. And we can see the hay meadows and we can see the sky, which is always nice. It's just after 6 a.m, much nicer morning. Yesterday was this day of just heavy rain, and then a lot of light drizzle. It wasn't particularly cold. It's about 14 degrees. People keep asking what the temperature is. About 14, but pretty rubbish temperatures for the summertime. Anyway, much better day today, and I think that the plan is when everyone's up, get the sheep moved, and we might even move the cows as well, as it's time to get everyone onto some fresh grass. running through the shed and checking for any lameness, mainly lameness, or any other problems basically. The last group, last ones. Ready to move on to some fresh grass, you think? Woo! Silence. Relative silence, anyway. This one's got a sore, so we've put some more of the magical Stockholm tar on it. And then this group here are the ones that we identified as maybe having like bits and bobs of lameness, like you can see. She's got a cracked hoof, and there's possibly one at the back here with mastitis. So not too many, but also a significant number. So yeah, there's some really nasty stuff coming out of here now. But I do think it's supposed to help to get the infection out. And then somebody did actually say, try putting some penicillin up the teat. So we can try that. We can try that today, can't we?
Yeah.
So we have, put some penicillin up the teat and then given her some anti-inflammatories and antibiotics. So we've got cows and calves on fresh grass here. Nice grass for them. It's Friday today, and after the grim discovery that the cows had pooed in the bathtub, we've come up equipped to clean the bathtubs out and refill with water. And as you can see, the cows are ready and waiting. Oh, poor Nick. Can you see the flies? What a waste of water. We're getting there. Yeah. As you can see, it has been very wet. To all of those who didn't think we had enough rain, Nick's got a swarm of flies around his head. No flies on you, Nick?
No flies on me, yeah.
Oh, it's horrendous. I'm glad I'm not a cow. It's Friday afternoon and it's actually turned out to be a real nice sunny day. So we're just about to go and let the sheep up into another field. So they're kind of following us up, and it's windy. It is Sunday, the 6th of August today, and as you can see right now, it's dry. Yesterday we had more heavy rain, I think about at least 20 mil of rain yesterday as well. So that takes us to more rain this August in 6 days than we had last August in the whole month. The ewe in the shed with mastitis, she is obviously feeling a lot better, so I think she can probably go out today. I'm just going to give her a little bit of breakfast, but that's a good result to see that she's picked up. It's so chilly this morning, I've lit the fire. Do you approve? Also this morning picked some sweet peas that I grew from seed earlier this year, and they look really nice, don't they, in the farmhouse? Fingers crossed we're going to get some dry weather this week. We are getting a bit twitchy. We know that we need to get mowing. There are other farmers locally that need to mow too, so we talk to one another and try and come up with what might be the best plan of action. But that takes us to the end of the video, and I'm going to do a shout out to Colin Hancox, who's from Exmoor. I believe he watches the channel, and some of his family came to stay on the campsite. They were driving up and down the country delivering some farm machinery, and they came to stay with us, which was lovely. And thank you to all of you at home that watch the channel. We really appreciate it, and fingers crossed next week we might be bringing you some haymaking content. So we'll see how it goes. Until next time, bye.